Hey guys, quick update about the state of the market and why I think we are still going up soon. So let's just dive into this and not drag it out too long. You ready? I am not a certified financial advisor. Anything I say is for entertainment purposes only. Let's have a look at the first chart. The first chart I have for you is Bitcoin, and you see this orange line, and this orange line is the Global Net Liquidity chart. I've explained to you guys why I use the Global Net Liquidity chart. I'm not going into that in this video too much. I'll just say Global Net Liquidity is the actual money that's available for the markets. While Global M2, which most crypto guys use, has the bulk of money in the world. But this money could be locked, not even free to enter the markets. So for me, I think risk assets do better on Global Net Liquidity. I can show you pretty quick here. This is the Bitcoin chart, and you see the orange line is the Global Net Liquidity with an offset of 90 days for now. That means that when the Global Net Liquidity moves, Bitcoin moves 90 days later. Why does this take 90 days? Well, it takes some time. A bank prints money. It's not the bank that buys the Bitcoin. With this, you see that risk assets are always a little bit late to the party. Fresh money coming into the markets, 90 days, sometimes 70 days, sometimes 110 days. So it's not a given that it's exactly 90 days. And I can show you here, because you see this orange line, it's set to 90 days right now. So here it actually worked perfectly. We went down exactly on the orange line. But then the orange line, the Global Net Liquidity, went up again, and Bitcoin didn't. Bitcoin chose to slow down a little bit. So Bitcoin decided to be a little bit slower. How much slower? It's about 7 days. 7 days slower than the line here at 90. So it's 97 days at the moment. But it's not an exact science. You can see it here. Look, we went down. Here's the bottom of April 2025. Yeah, this 8th of April is the bottom, while the Global Net Liquidity says 10th of April should be the bottom. So that's pretty exact. But then we went up, and you see this top here, it's the 22nd of May, and this top here says the 24th of June would be the top according to Global Net Liquidity at a 90-day offset. Didn't happen, was a month early, so 60-day offset. The same thing you see here. Now we are 7 days later than the Global Net Liquidity, so it's a 97-day offset. So it's safe to say that 30, 40 days earlier or later, you can't really predict that. That being out of the way, let's have a look at what the Global Net Liquidity is predicting for us. The Global Net Liquidity is predicting that we're going up. And yes, you see this Bitcoin line, we're going up. According to the Global Net Liquidity, the next stop will be the 23rd of May. Well, we're 7 days late, so let's have that be the 30th of May. Could, of course, be a little bit earlier or later. Then what was really important to us was this top. Yeah, we saw it going down, second top, and then of course after the second top, which will be in the 9th of June, so 7 days, 16th of June, we're going down. But it's until the 11th of July, 7 days offset, 18th of July maybe. Now, after that, we go up again. And we have a second top on the 26th of July, so it's somewhere beginning of August. What happens after that? I don't know. This is as far as I can see. But what I can see is that normally we are supposed to go up now. But there's of course a lot of trouble in the world. We have the Strait of Hormuz, which is killing economies. But you could also say the Global Net Liquidity doesn't really care. It's been going up since the war in Iran. Let's check another chart as well. This is the total crypto market cap. If we look at a trend line, this would be the trend line, something like this. Yeah, and you see that we are now actually underneath the trend line, and this is why many people say we are in an elongated bear market. And yes, the last time that happened, let's see, something like this is very quickly drawn, but you see we also went down, and this was a longer period of time than we are in here right now. Does this mean we're in a bear market? Well, we could just click that Global Net Liquidity again and see that this is actually pretty normal. You see, this is just Global Net Liquidity, nothing else. So this trend line, well, yeah, we could look at the trend line, but I don't think it will hold. Let's go on to the next chart. The next chart is the Total3 market cap. The Total3 market cap is the same as the total crypto market cap, but excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Because there's something to be said for Bitcoin and Ethereum actually not really being the risk assets anymore that the rest of the altcoins are. And you still see global net liquidity. Really, it's the same movements you see everywhere. Also in the past, it's the same movements. Wait, we have to, yeah, it's the same movements. You see up, up, down, down, and even here and here. It's everywhere, it's the same movement. So for me, well, global net liquidity tells me a lot. Okay, then let's look at another chart quickly. CME gap. We have a CME gap here at around 81K. And as you guys know, we always close the CME gaps. Here was a CME gap and we went down all the way to close it before going up. Now we have this CME gap, so we have to go up, even if it's a little, just to close this CME gap. Well, it's not a given, it's not a rule, but it does mostly happen. Then let's look at the state of the market. Let's look at the Binance heat map. Here's the Binance heat map. You see this yellow line means there's a lot of longs still needs to be liquidated. So Bitcoin needs to go down a little bit to take those longs. But you know Binance, and you see here that there were a lot of shorts. So it just had this one big Bitcoin wick up and down, liquidated all the shorts. I think they'll do something like that for the longs. So maybe not just look at Binance, also look at Hyperliquid, the liquidation map, and there you see there's more shorts than there's longs. Which of course is good for us, because we want to go up, and liquidating shorts means we're going up. Then of course there's a lot of people that say, look, there's a 4-year cycle, we'll go up in 28 again. Why don't I think we had that top in 24? I think that was just a Trump pump, but I didn't see market tops. How am I tracking those market tops? Well, I have my own tracking system of course as well, but this one is pretty easy. And well, when we go up, I'm always looking at it. It's a bull market peak indicators from CoinGlass. And you see there's a lot of indicators, there's 30. And well, at that time, they didn't indicate any top. They didn't indicate one top whatsoever. So to me, we are still in the run. If you like these updates, join the Telegram group. You can ask me questions about them. And of course, you have a lot more updates in the Telegram group than we have here on YouTube or X. By the way, let's follow me here as well, man.